wonder if any of the FBI officials who authorized a raid on President Trump's home in Florida, or who authorized treating MyPillow's Mike Lindell like a drug cartel overlord by swarming his car early in the morning outside a Hardee's drive-thru and confiscating his cell phone as a result of his support of President Trump and his belief in election integrity. I wonder if any of these FBI thugs back then could have anticipated that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino would be running the FBI. There's a reckoning that's coming. Christopher Wray and Adam Schiff, all of these folks who were engaged in the weaponization of our law enforcement community, every single last one of them are going to face a reckoning. And I believe that. This is fire and brimstone time. And according to Politico, the Democrats are in complete and utter despair. They're in despair over what Trump is doing. It infuriates me that they weren't feeling despair over the condition of our open border, or the lawlessness in America, or shoplifters going free, or wars all over the world. As a new day has arrived. And obviously, if you're not on board politically with what Trump is doing, you're having a rough time. You're having a real rough go of it. I saw a report this morning that dozens of teenagers in Texas died from fentanyl overdoses from drugs that were suspected to have been brought into this country across the southern border. There are so many examples of the way illegal immigration has upended our way of life. And at CPAC last week, Tom Homan, the border czar, had a very plaintive, clear, and concise message for anybody who doesn't like what the Trump administration is doing.
Police Commissioner of Boston, you said you doubled down on not helping the law enforcement officers of ICE. I'm coming to Boston. I'm bringing hell with me. I looked at the numbers this morning. I stopped counting at nine child rapists that were in jail in Massachusetts. But rather than honoring an ICE detainer, released them back into the street. You're not a police commissioner. Take that badge off your chest, put it in the desk drawer, because you became a politician. You forgot what it's like to be a cop.
He's right. So many of these law enforcement officials who say they're going to defy the Trump administration, they have forgotten what it means to be a cop. They don't know, they don't care. And the funny thing is, the people on the left think we're the idiots. The people on the left, the Democrats, the media, they think Tom Homan and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi and Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, they think, and all of us who support them, they think we're the idiots. Don't believe me? Check out Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
These people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people, because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans. And the fact that these people are allowed to say just the most ridiculous things tells you that the dumbing of the United States has arrived, because how else do we get a Trump presidency again?
Yep, just a bunch of idiots. That's what led to it. That's what despair sounds like. You want to hear some more? How about Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, the pride and joy of Texas?
These are just the facts. When you look at who's voting for who, the less educated folk, and when I say educated, I'm not even talking about formal education. I'm talking about people that literally don't want to read and enlighten themselves on facts. Those are the people that typically vote for the Republicans, and it's one of the reasons that we have to stop writing in theses as Democrats, right? Like, we want to give you every single little detail that we can find so that you can have all the information. But the reality is that the average person that is going out there and voting, they're not paying attention to that. And we fail to realize how selfish people are. People go out and they vote in their own self-interest, right? And so you had all these racists that showed up and decided that they were going to vote for the other races because they thought, hey, we are all the same. But the reality is that he is a rich racist, okay? And so when he decided that he was going to look out for somebody, it was only going to be other rich white guys, not the rest of y'all.
I love the analysis that people only vote to advance their own self-interest. No. I want to advance your interests, lady. I want to vote for you. You don't like rich white guys? Well, you want me to vote for a rich black woman like you. Oh, yeah, and she's rich. Jasmine Crockett is real rich. So those are a couple of the stars of the Democrat Party. I thought, well, let's look at, this feels like desperation. This feels like panic. This feels like mass anxiety. What about some of the more level-headed Democrats? Like I don't know, James Carville.
This whole thing is collapsing. I believe that this administration, in less than 30 days, in the midst of a massive collapse, and particularly a collapse in public opinion. Della Volpe at Harvard, who's very good. I used to think, once I saw a Harvard youth poll, I discounted it. I've come to say it's a pretty damn good poll. Pretty good guy. He's gone from 53 approval to under 30 to 39. That's a collapse. We're in the midst of a collapse. This is the lowest approval, not even close, that any president has ever had at a comparable time. Again, that's a provable fact. So they're not going to be able to get a debt extension. That's pretty clear. I don't think they're going to be able to pass reconciliation, but I'm not sure. But they're going to have to go to Hakeem. And that is going to be the equivalent of stacking arms. It's over. We can't go without you. And I think the House Democrats, and this is going to shock a lot of people, I think they know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly what's going to happen.
Now, what I love about it is he knows better. I can't speak for the wild-eyed antics of Jasmine Crockett or Ilhan Omar, but I've covered Carville for years. Guy's been around 100 years. He knows the score. If he's going to go on a podcast and lie like that, and he is lying, there's no poll that shows Trump going from 53 to 39. In fact, you want to hear some polling? Evidently, Carville didn't catch Steve Kornacki, the NBC pollster, who said this.
He's done some things, proposed some things that are popular. That executive order to expand oil and gas production, the executive order recognizing two sexes. And also, when you look at immigration, there's all sorts of different ways to ask about it. But the CBS poll here had asked the general Trump administration program to deport immigrants who are here illegally. You see broad support there when it's asked at the broad level like that.
Oh, broad support? Is that what you said, NBC? That was yesterday? The other day, James Carville said the utter collapse is underway. What I like about the James Carville clip, and that to me is way more significant than anything that lunatic Jasmine Crockett or that despicable Ilhan Omar could say. Carville knows better. So if he's willing to lie like that, he is in utter despair. Politico is right. Democrats are facing complete panic, despair, chaos. They got no plan. They've got nothing. And the biggest lie of all is Carville confidently saying the Democrats know exactly what they're doing. The House Democrats know exactly what they're doing. I know exactly. Yeah, sure they do. Give me some more foghorn leghorn, because they don't have a clue. They're lost at sea. We know it. And best part of all, James Carville, you know it.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.